Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back into Otram's video channel. This week's Tuesday's tool, we've got our vacuum cooling system filler. This thing makes refilling cooling systems really fast, really convenient, and it helps reduce the amount of air pockets we get. So basically, you just take the long hose end, stick it in your reservoir of pre-mixed coolant, and yes, I realize this truck should have red Toyota coolant in it, but at some time in its past it was replaced with green, so we're just going to keep with that. Air chuck onto it. Let me see if I can get you a little better angle. And then we just close the fill valve. And there's a gauge on top of here that shows vacuum, and we'll push the vacuum switch down until we get 25. There we go. So we can watch the gauge, and it's also, we've already pressure tested this to make sure there's no leaks, but this will give you a second test, because if the needle drops after you've pulled vacuum, you know you've got leaks. So then we can just open the coolant line, and it'll draw coolant off our reservoir and fill the system. And the nice thing is, since it was vacuumed before, it not only pulls the coolant in pretty fast, it keeps it from getting air pockets back at the heater core. We usually burp them with a burp funnel after this, just to make sure there's no bubbles. But this seems to do the trick at getting most everything out. And you just sit there and let it fill until it gets down to 0. And you can hear it stop flowing. Excuse me. There we go. So that's all done. And just pick that up off there. Let our excess coolant go back in our tank. And we're ready to just put the burp funnel on and get the last little bit of air out. But I thought I'd show you our vacuum cooling filler. So that was another episode of Tuesday's Tool. If you like what you saw, subscribe below, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks.